beaders, it's Gina from orchidandopal.com, and I have the August 2019 bargain bead box subscription in front of me. As most of you know, it is a bead and jewelry making subscription. I will leave the link down below if you want to check it out for yourself. It is $17.95 a month shipped to your door if you are in the US. They do offer international shipping, and the shipping cost for that depends on your location. I do have a coupon code to offer to you guys. It is OPAL2, OPAL2, if you want to save $2 off your first month, which would make it only $15.95. This is hands down the most popular subscription on my channel that I share with you guys because you really cannot beat the cost for what you get. So without further ado, let's go ahead and look at what's inside. They always send beads and findings around a coordinating theme, which makes it so easy to put things together, and a great subscription for particularly new beaders but experienced beaders alike. So this is what we have inside. Our contents are in this tissue paper, and then we have our letter here. So here's where we find out our theme, and the theme for this month is Desert Sun. It says, inspired by the warmth and intensity of bright summer days, this month's beads include a variety of earthy gemstones. Picture Jasper takes center stage with accents of fossil coral and red agate. Bright glass and crystal accents and a summery selection of silver finish findings complete the collection. There's also a coupon code under here for those who subscribe to the box. You can use that on their sister site, beadboxbargains.com, and I've shared them quite a bit on my channel as well. And then here we have on the back the list of everything that is included inside this month. So I'll leave this here for just a second in case you want to refer back to it for any reason. You can see there's going to be 17 different little baggies in there. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what is inside of this tissue paper. And we have everything included in our little organza bag here. And I can already tell if you like earth tones, you are really going to be drawn to this month's selection. So let's go ahead and go down the list and we'll take a look at everything one by one. Now, I'm more of a bright colors girl myself, so I'm more drawn to those themes, but this month we have this really earthy theme, which is actually quite beautiful, and there's a lot of gorgeous gemstones I can't wait to get into. And like I usually say, if you're not a huge fan of this particular month's theme, just wait till next month, or check out the playlist with my past unboxings. I have about a year and a half's worth, and you can see how much they change them up every single month. They are totally different. So let's get into bag number one, and this says it contains 5 pieces of 11 by 9 millimeter embossed fluted barrel beads. These are actually quite heavy. They're very nice and will make a great accent next to some glass or gemstone beads. It's always fun to add in some of these metal components. They have that really interesting shape, as you can see, and this sets the tone for the findings we're going to get this month. So everything is going to be in this silver tone that you see here, which makes it so easy to coordinate everything. Next up, we have bag number 2, which contains 2 pieces of 34 by 31 millimeter sun pendants. These are certainly appropriate for the theme, and let's take a look at the back. So that's what the back of this looks like, and what I think would be cool is if you actually use this as a bezel and placed a cabochon inside or something. I think that would really set it off. So you could use it just like that, or you could use it like this and place something right in there. A couple options for you. Next up is bag number 3. It contains 30 pieces of 6 by 4 millimeter Chinese crystal rondelles, and the color is in the lemon chiffon opal. So we have this pale yellow mixed with a creamy translucent white. And Chinese crystal rondelles don't excite me too much. We do get these typically in every bargain bead box. They're just kind of a filler item to me, but they are very sparkly and I do certainly use them. Next up, we have bag number 4, and this contains 20 pieces of 8 by 5 millimeter embossed bead caps. Always great to get bead caps. Another one of those items that's not that exciting, but it's one of those things that are great to have on hand. I think that design is really cute. You can see the little floral design there with the little embossing design there on each of the petals. Those are really cute, and I'm happy to add them to my collection of bead caps. Alright, so now we start getting into some of these gemstones. The next bag I have is number 5, and this contains 10 pieces of fossil coral round beads. So interesting. Let's take a close look at these because, of course, as they are gemstones, they're all going to be a little bit different. So let's take a look at the different variations of color inside. Lots of very earthy, natural colors here, from taupe to tan. You have a little bit of sandy color, some very dark gray or black, and even some colors that could almost be called like a mustard yellow. So I think combined with the right combination of other beads, these could look so good. I'm definitely not knocking earth tones or more neutral tones, but everything can't be our favorite, right? All right, so next up is bag number 6, and this contains 100 pieces of 4mm Chinese crystal bicones in Magma AB. So we have this orange color. It is a pumpkin-y orange with that AB finish that is super sparkly, and this is another one of those basic items that just doesn't wow me, although I do use them. They are something we get in a different color in each one of the bargain bead boxes, so it is one of those extra filler items that is great for adding a pop of color and combining with some of the other things that you see here today. Next we have bag number 7, and this contains 10 pieces of 19.5mm sun charms. These are highly reflective, so I'm going to try not to move my hand too much and blind you, but you can see that you do get a nice number of charms here, not just 1 or 2, but you get a whole 10 of them. I'm always happy with the quantities of what Bargain Bead Box sends. You always feel like you get your money's worth. These are nice minimalist suns, and they pretty much look the same on both sides. Next is bag number 8, and this contains 10 grams of 4.5 by 3.5mm bumpy spacer beads. Another one of those things it's always nice to have on hand, and I do go through quite a few spacers. They really are nice for setting off your gemstone or nicer glass beads. Here's a close-up look at these. You can see that cool texture, that bumpy pattern that they have going on there. Another very usable item in a coordinating finish that will be very easy to use. Next, we're looking at bag number 9, and this contains 6 pieces of 26.5 by 19mm Sunburst Chandelier components. And I'm a big fan of these types of components because you can do a lot of different things with them. And I've shared a lot of different projects and things that I've done with these types of components in the past. You do not have to limit yourself to using these for chandelier earrings. You can use these as necklace connectors, bracelet connectors. You can even turn them into pendants. So think outside the box. You can really get creative with these metal components. I like the design of these, the shape, and they're a good size. They're not too huge where I think they would overwhelm your beads. They just add a nice accent and different texture and detailed elements to set your beads off. Next, we're getting back into some more gemstones. We have bag number 10, which contains a 7.5-inch strand of 8mm faceted round picture Jasper beads. I love that these are faceted. And it doesn't say this, they're not necessarily a matte finish, but they're not super glossy and shiny, which I kind of like because it keeps with that earthy feel that these beads have. And just like that fossil coral that we saw earlier, these have some very, very similar colors and tones. We have everything from light tan to sandy color, taupe, medium browns, some rusty orange, and even some darker browns and almost black tones in there. They're all just a little bit different, but look at those facets on those. Makes them look even more interesting. Next, we're at bag number 11, and this contains 12 pieces of 10.5 by 8.5mm glass Saturn beads. These are in light magma AB, and these are a shape that I have not received before, so that's always fun. And you can see why they're called Saturn beads, because they look like the planet. They have a little ring around them, and they actually remind me of like the little dum-dum lollipops that my son always asks for when we're going through like the bank teller line in the car or the pharmacy. But anyway, the beads themselves are a nice shade of apricot. They're a peachy orange. They are frosted and kind of matte on either side, and then the middle or the ring there is left plain without the etching, so it's more shiny, which is cool. But these are interesting. I really like these. And you gotta love that AB finish that they have on them as well. Next up, we have bag number 12, and this bag contains 3 sets of Sunburst toggle clasps. So we have some more suns, which go nicely with our other pendants and charms there. And you get 3 entire sets. So once again, it's nice that they include 3 sets instead of just 1. It's a nice value, and these are very, very smooth and very shiny. Those are quite nice. Next up is bag number 13. This is an item I'm always happy to see more of, and this is 1 meter of 4mm Rolo steel jewelry chain. Get a nice quantity in that little bag. You can make several different projects with this chain, and it has that darker finish on it, so it's going to hold up better than some of the lighter, brighter silver tone plated chain that you really have to keep up with as far as tarnishing is concerned. Every month we typically get a little bag of chain that coordinates with our other finding, and I am all for it. Next, we have bag number 14, and this contains a 7.5-inch strand of 4mm matte picture Jasper beads. So we're getting into some different sizes. Before we had the 8mm faceted, and as you can see, we got some little bitty 4mm picture Jasper beads as well, and all those same earthy tones. I appreciate getting the different sizes. Bag number 15 contains a 15-inch strand of 6mm picture Jasper round. So there is even more on this strand, 15-inch strand, so it is quite long, and there is a close look at that. Once again, coordinates with everything else that has been included and gives us another size to work with. Bag number 16 is a beautiful focal. This is a 55 by 35mm picture Jasper oval pendant. I love when they include pendants like this in these subscription boxes. This is substantial. There is some weight to this guy. It is pretty thick. Just take that in for a moment. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the striations of color that are going diagonally down this pendant. That stone is beautiful. Picks up all those same tones that are in those round beads, so it is going to easily coordinate with everything we have down here below. And I can already see the beautiful jewelry you guys are going to be making with this pendant, and I hope to share too. That's something I usually do. If you are new to my channel, I come back and share what I've made with these beads, so definitely look back at those videos if you are curious on what I've done with past unboxings, and I hope to come back and share what I've made from this collection in the future. Now we have one more bag to look at, and this is number 17. This is one of my favorite things in this collection, and this says it contains an 8-inch strand of 10mm dark red agate cube beads. These are permanently dyed. And aren't these a fun shape? It's so fun to get something different than just your basic rounds, and these coordinate so well with everything down here, don't they? They're all a little bit different, but they coordinate so well. These are very smooth. They don't have rough or sharp edges, so they are square or cubes, but they are smoothed on the edges and pretty glossy. This is a gorgeous and unique strand of beads. I don't have and haven't received anything like this, so it's always exciting for me to receive something new, and I can't wait to play with them. So that's everything, guys. That is everything that was included in the August 2019 Bargain Bead Box monthly subscription in the Desert Sun theme. I think they did a wonderful job, as always, putting this theme together and including such beautiful gemstone beads with glass beads and coordinating findings. This is always one that I am excited to receive, to share with you guys, and to come back and follow up with finished jewelry, because you can't beat the value of the box. With the exception of the gemstone beads included, these are not your high-end beads and findings, but they are still very nice and still very usable. You can do so much with them, and it's a great affordable option if you're looking to break into the world of bead subscriptions at just $17.95 a month shipped for everything you see here. And don't forget, you can use that coupon code OPAL2 if you're interested in signing up and checking it out for yourself. And like I said, I hope to be back in the future to share with you guys some of the things that I have made from these beads. This is a box that I would recommend towards somebody who is geared towards bead stringing, but as you have seen in past videos, I have done plenty of bead weaving with some of these particular beads, and I do have a project coming up, hopefully soon, that I shared in my last video from the July box. Remember, it was a beachy theme, and I made a new necklace design that was bead weaving that utilized some of the rondelles that they sent. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Feel free to leave me a comment or a question down below. I always love to hear from you. Let me know if you have a favorite item in the box or what you are excited to make with the box you received. I really appreciate you guys being with me for another fun unboxing, and definitely stay tuned for lots more to come. So I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your day, and as always, happy beading. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my latest videos. Check out the information section below for links to my social media handles, and feel free to check out my shop and blog at orchidandopal.com. Thanks for watching!